Do you want more control over your life? More freedom? More confidence? Do you want to set your own rules and steer your own ship? Are you sick and tired of the 9-to-5 grind that's eating away at you and robbing you of all your time, barely getting you by? How about a new way? A new side hustle, side income you can use now to do things like pay off debt, buy a new car, wipe away credit card bills and student loans, remodel your home, take exotic vacations, fancier dates, buy your friends a round of drinks, send a nice gift to your family. How about an emergency fund or even a down payment for a house? And so much more. Welcome to the Flipping Ninja Podcast, where we teach you how to take charge of your life and make your own money flipping things on your spare time. Sound complicated? We'll cover it all, from what to buy, where to look, marketing and selling tactics that create demand, and bring you top dollar, research, pricing, creating ads that sell like crazy, and even powerful principles on the inner game of success. So if the idea of being your own boss is exciting, you're in the right place. Now, here's your host, the world's leading authority on flipping, AJ, from theflippingninja.com, unplugged and unleashed.
Hey guys, this is AJ. Welcome to the Flipping Ninja Podcast. So interesting thing happened earlier today. So I went to a thrift store. It's a really cool story, and it just kind of gives some perspective and a good reminder about things, specifically about life. So it's funny, I went to this thrift store just earlier, and as I was checking out, I saw behind the glass, behind the glass counter where there's jewelry and stuff at the thrift store, I see this straight up like bling bling style chain with a charm on it that had, so it was a rectangular like charm, like a necklace thingy that had a big dollar sign on it, right? So it had a big dollar sign on it, and it was surrounded by diamonds. So it was like those straight up like bling style necklaces / chains with this like huge dollar sign hanging off the edge of it. And obviously the diamonds aren't real. Obviously it's not a legit, quote unquote, like legit rap video style jewelry piece, but I saw it, and right away, because I love to just buy random stuff, and specifically with this, it had the dollar sign on it, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. It was like, yeah, it's just cool. It's just a cool thing to have or wear and be like, yes, this is my straight up bling money necklace, right? So anyway, I asked the lady, I'm like, can I see that? I'm like, can I see that chain over there, right? So, and I couldn't even see the price. I couldn't see the price, but she shows it to me, and then I check it out, and it turns out it's I look at it, and it's pretty cool. It feels solid, not like real super solid, not like hardcore solid, but not like cheap plastic either. So I flip it over, and on the back of it, it says novelty. So then I'm like, okay, this says novelty on the back. It's probably like from a Halloween type thing. Like around Halloween time, you got like the props, like the bling necklaces or the giant glasses are all they're novelty pieces, they're props, right? So I grab it and I'm like, it's a freaking it's a novelty, it's like for a Halloween thing. And I tell the lady that, and I'm like, I thought it was like legit. I'm like, it's not legit, right? And so right when I said that, right when I was like, oh, it's a novelty thing, and she laughs and she's like life is what you make of it, right? So she's like, life is what you make of it. And right when she said that, I stopped and I realized, I'm like, you know what, you're right. She totally just changed how I felt about, the necklace and whether or not I should buy it and all those things. And it's funny because in the moment I'm like, yeah, that's true. All right, fine, I'll buy it. You're right. But when I left the store and I was in my car, I was driving, I actually just left a few minutes ago, and I decided I wanted to record this quick, but it was funny because that's totally true, because it's like, yeah, I could buy the necklace and I could buy it and look at it as like, oh, it's a novelty, it's just a cheap Halloween little thingy, it's a prop, it's not like a cool necklace. Or I could just buy it. I mean, it was literally $4. It was literally $3.99. So either way, it's not the end of the world, or it's like, who cares, right? But the fact that she said that, and I was like, yeah, I could buy it and just look at it as some cheap thing, or even not buy it and just look at it like that. Or I could buy it and, just actually see it as a cool little thing. I mean, with some meaning. Like, if you don't, if you know me well, you know that I like to surround myself with what I call wealth triggers. And what wealth triggers are, they're basically, objects or things, or, whether it's like a quote or something that means something special to me, that I could put in my office, I could put in my house, I could put on my wall, I could put on my table, something that I can look at, that every time I look at, it inspires me in some way, or it reminds me of some significant message, or it keeps my mindset on point, right? So for example, on my desk at home in my home office, I have a what are those things called? I don't even know the name. The sand, it's like the little glass time sand thingies where you flip it and the sand starts spilling through. It's like a timer, a glass sand timer or something. So you flip it over and the sand starts falling through, and I think it's like 45 minutes. It's finished, right? I can't remember the name of those little thingies, right? But it's like the two little bulb looking glass thingies, and then in the middle it gets skinny and the sand falls through the little hole, and it's a timer. And when the sand is finished, when there's no more sand at the top and it's all at the bottom, then it's done. So for example, I have one of those on my desk in my home office, and that is a trigger for me. It's a trigger, it's a wealth trigger that basically represents, time, that your time is your most valuable asset. Once you lose time, when you waste time, you will never get it back. Okay, when the moment you waste your time doing something that you shouldn't be doing, or that you're not making the most out of your time, you're never going to get that time back. With money, if you lose money or waste it, or all your money is gone, it's totally fine. You can always get it back. But with time, you can't. So I have that. It's a wealth trigger for me. So it's an object that I have on my desk where every time I look at it, it reminds me, are you making the most out of your time? Are you using your time in the most productive way possible? Are you wasting time? Are you slacking off, right? And, so I just have random things like that around the house. And so basically this chain with this dollar sign, straight up emblem on it with diamonds around it, when I saw it, the reason it was appealing to me is because it's totally just a wealth trigger. It's like something where every time you look at it, it reminds you, keep your eye on the target, attract, I don't know if you believe in the law of attraction, or, surrounding yourself by people and things that attract abundance and etc. But basically that's what this necklace meant to me. So when I grabbed it, I was like, oh, it's a novelty piece, whatever. And then the lady, and when I say it, she's like, life is what you make of it. So suddenly I was like, wow, you're right. And I decided to buy it, and I was happy with the purchase. Everything's cool, and it's a cool necklace, and it's, like I said, it's pretty solid. It's not like a cheap plastic thing. So that just reminds me, the message I want to pass on to you, just like I was reminded, is that ultimately with everything in your life, no matter what it is, life is what you make of it. So how this applies to you, and how this applies to flipping, and how this applies to your success. I mean, life is ultimately, if you're someone who is looking to maybe get into flipping, or you've heard about it, or you're listening to this and you're looking for a side income stream, then you might be thinking, there's a lot of people out there who think it's hard, they don't see themselves doing it. They think it's some really challenging thing, or some people see it as hard work. There is work involved, obviously. It's not some thing where you just sit at home and think about flipping and make money. You have to go out and do it. But I noticed that there's a lot of times, I come across a lot of people who see it as some big, scary, giant thing that they can't do. And basically the thing is, you're right. The fact is, if you see it like that, if you can't see yourself becoming successful, if you can't see yourself doing this and making money and doing all the cool things with the money that you're going to make. And if you can't see your life changing, if you can't see your life improving, then you're 100% right. Because if you can't see it happen, if you don't see it happening, then it's never going to happen, right? So I think it was Henry Ford, who said this, the founder of Ford Motor Company. He said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, both times you're right. So if you think you can't do this, if you think it's not going to work for you, if you think it's too hard, life is what you make of it. So if you think it's something that you can't see yourself doing because you don't have the skill, then that's what's going to happen. But I urge you to remember, I urge you to think about the fact that, look, everything is learnable, right? Just like you learn how to drive a car, just like you learn how to ride a bike, you didn't know it was impossible before you learned how to do it, right? So similarly, it's learnable. Flipping, making money easily, and just everything being a breeze, it's all learnable, and you can do it. And ultimately, life is what you make of it. So start looking at things as easy. Start looking at, remember that all of this is learnable. It's fun. It's a breeze. You're in total control. Open your mind up to it and watch how your life is going to change. See it happening in your mind. See it happening in your head. Visualize yourself being successful. Visualize money coming to you from everywhere. Open yourself up to it, right? Because we live in a world of abundance, right? Now, the moment you do that, the moment you change your mindset and do that, everything will change. Why? Because like that lady at the thrift store just told me, life is what you make of it, right? So it's like, because of that simple reminder, let's say I didn't hear that, and my own natural reaction is I would pick up the necklace, I'd grab it, and I'd see it says novelty, and I would see it as like a whatever. It wouldn't mean much to me because it's like, oh, it's a Halloween prop. But when she said that, I'm like, wait, sure, it may be a novelty item, but it doesn't have to be that in my mind. It doesn't have to mean that in my head, right? So it's like I can still, now I can still use that. I can still see that as a wealth trigger. I can, feel good about this cool necklace, right? And it's not like I'm going to be wearing it. And it's funny because like I said, it's like I don't dress, the way I dress is pretty, I would say, I guess it changes. It's pretty business business informal, or business casual. That's what I meant. Usually, but other times, obviously, I'll just wear, jeans and regular button-up shirt, etc. But it's not like I dress super, like hardcore ghetto or in that style. And when I say ghetto, what I mean is like hardcore, like 50 Cent. I'm a big 50 Cent. I'm a big rap fan, right? So it's like, it straight up looks like something out of a rap video. So it's like, it's to see me wearing it out just normally, it's like, it's kind of funny, right? But she's like, it's funny, so jokingly she's like, you could pull it off, and I'm like, yeah, I know, totally, right? But it's not like I'm gonna wear it per se, yeah, but it's like, it's just a cool thing to have. And so yeah, I wanted to share that message with you, just a reminder, right? Life is what you make of it. Always be open, always have an open mind, be fluid, be willing and open to easily change your perspective, easily change and adapt how you look at things, right? Because the moment you do that is when you have full control over your life, over your destiny, and over your success. So until next time, remember, like I always say at the end of each episode, always remember, you're always just one flip away from freedom. Take care, guys.
This has been the Flipping Ninja Podcast. From the crew at theflippingninja.com, we believe that all Americans should be able to make their own money without having to rely on a job. If you're ready to ditch the 9-to-5, visit theflippingninja.com and join our Flipping Ninja Blueprint Masterclass, where you'll discover how to earn a reliable side income of $1,000 to $5,000 a month flipping things with just 5 to 10 hours a week. See, we're on a mission to help 100,000 people earn $1,000 a month on the side flipping things. Working professionals, students, parents, men, women, artists, techies, entrepreneurs, introverts, total newbies, you name it. Be a part of the revolution and blast out of living paycheck to paycheck once and for all at www.theflippingninja.com. Until next time, remember, you're just one flip away from freedom. Want to make a difference? If you enjoyed today's show, please pay it forward and head over to iTunes. Give us a rating and leave a review so others just like you can benefit and take charge of their financial future.